Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah, also known as Sarah's Faves on Instagram. Follow me there, I will link it below. I talk all things health, wellness, budgeting, body image, all that stuff. I am here today to do my March reset routine. So I've been inspired by my friends, Carter Sullivan and Brianna. I will link their channels below to do a March reset routine. If you've never seen a video like this, what is that? We will be going through my yearly goals actually, because it is almost March and I haven't gone through them with anyone on Instagram, on YouTube, anything like that. So I'll read through my yearly goals with all of you. We will go through a February reflection all together, and then my March goals and current favorites. So name is Sarah's Faves. We always go through favorites, so get ready for that. I am drinking a Culture Pop wild berries with basil and lime. This is my favorite probiotic soda because it doesn't have any stevia, and I don't like the taste of stevia. So I love them. The ingredients are all really good: natural carbonated filtered water, organic juice blend, pear, blackberry, blueberry, lime, natural flavor, organic pink peppercorn, organic basil, sea salt, and live probiotic. That was not a cute noise, but they're delicious. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so I have my little bullet journal, which is this like sagey green color that I love. I bought it when I was in Krakow, which I was there earlier this month in February. I will link it above as well so you can see that. And I was inspired by my friend Brianna on this as well, and Carter a little bit too, because she does bullet journaling as well. When I was abroad, I wrote out my 2023 goals. So you can see my 2023 goals there. I wrote 11 goals. I thought about doing 23 goals for the year of 2023, but I only really wanted 11. I didn't want to push myself too far to do too many goals that I didn't feel like were sustainable. And so I really wanted to make them digestible and really easy. Those goals are, I'll go through them one by one and talk a little bit about them if I've started working on them and if I haven't. Establish a meditation practice, number 1. This has been one of my goals for probably 3 years, and I still haven't done it. I've been in moments, weeks, couple days that I've meditated. I use the Calm app on my phone. I do the daily 10-minute meditation, and I've always wanted to get into doing it every day. I feel so much better. I recover better afterwards with my Whoop that I use that tells me my recovery. My thoughts are better. I just genuinely feel better about myself, my body, everything. My relationships, my life. It feels so good, but I don't carve out the time for it. So one of my goals this year is to build and establish that meditation practice and really hone in on it and do it. So that will go into my March goals, but that's my number 1. Number 2, hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. With that, I have this little tracker right here, inspired by Carter, that shows my subscriber goal. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, all the way to 1,000. I've hit 300, I'm almost to 400, and it's not even March yet. So 1,000 feels totally doable. I'm really excited. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe now. And number 3, learn how to do latte art. So if you follow me on Instagram, or if you've seen in any of my other videos, you know that I have a Breville. I love making lattes, hot lattes in the morning, iced latte probably an hour later or in the afternoon. And I really want to learn how to do latte art. It's really difficult to try and figure out the correct way to froth it with the steamer, no bubbles, the sound you want, how far to dip the steamer in. And so I've been watching some YouTube videos, but I am like so tempted to take a class or like go to a cafe and ask them to teach me, because I want to know so bad how to make latte art. So that is my 3rd goal of 2023. My 4th goal of 2023 is to travel to 2 new countries. So I already did this in February, but I'm not counting those because I wrote these in February after I've done that. So I feel like that, I don't want to like just check that off now. But I got my summer staffing tour for work. Since I work for an international company, we get to travel every year. So I'm going to Greece, which will be a new place for me. Also Turkey, but I have been to Istanbul before, so that will not be new. And then I want to go on another trip in the fall to a new destination. We are going to Ireland for a friend's wedding, so I'm thinking maybe we'll tack on Scotland since I've never done that yet. Even though, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So that will be my 2 countries. That feels like a very manageable goal. Goal 5, move my body 4 times per week. I have really been sticking to this. I don't want to say I'm going to move my body every day. I want it to feel attainable, something that I will be able to do. And I found really good rhythm with it. I usually will do 1 yoga class a week, 2 strength classes a week, and 1 workout at home, whether that's Melissa Wood Health, Pilates, yoga, anything like that, or a spin class on the Peloton bike at our apartment gym. Those are my 4. And then sometimes I'll do a 5th or 6th, like a walk or something like that, just depending on what I'm in the mood for and what my week looks like that week. Number 6, read 50 books. Let's see where we're at on Goodreads. I think I'm on my 11th book. Yeah, I've read 10 books so far already. So I've read 5 books each month. January, I think I read more in February, but breaking it down, I want to read 5 books a month. That will get me to 60. Because 5 times 12 is 60. So it can kind of be like between 4 and 5 books a month. And I am 2 books ahead of schedule, which is what my Goodreads says. You definitely can't see it because of the glare, but I will link my Goodreads below so you can follow me. If you want to be friends on Goodreads, you can see everything I read. Number 7, go over my spring sales goal by 502. That's a number that I use based on what we are bonused on and what our goals in. So right now I am about 50 or so over my goal, and I want to be 500 over. So I have a lot of work to do, but that's just so that I can make more bonus money and be able to also support my financial goals that I'll talk about later on in my 2023 goals. Number 8, save $30,000 for a down payment on a house. So I think if I check my YNAB right now to see where I am almost at $5,000. So a little bit there, 1/6 of the way, I think. Yeah, 1/6 of the way there. So we'll see, but I really want to buy a house, ideally with Billy, whenever we decide to settle down somewhere, whether that's in Austin, in a new location, we're not really sure yet, but I want to buy a house and own property. So that is a goal of mine for a down payment. Number 9, try 1 new workout studio a month. So I did that for February. I went to a Pilates class. I didn't love it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't my favorite. So it was fun. It was a good experience. I don't think I went to one in January, but like I said, I made these goals in February. And then I am going to try a new workout studio this month. We're going to Florida and we leave at the end of this week. So I'm thinking I'm going to try something while I'm there since I'm going to have my car. And there is a yoga studio I love, but I've been to it before, so I want to try something different. 10, max out 401k. So to max out the 401k, it's $28,500 for this year. So I adjusted my percentage that I contribute from my paycheck in ADP, which is what we use for like how we get paid at work. Sorry, my foot is falling asleep. Change my percentage in there for my paycheck, so it just automatically goes, and that should max it out. And then goal 11, the final one, is to max out my Roth IRA, similar to 401k, but to max out your Roth IRA, the contribution is $6,500. Savings is super, super important to me. So that is my 2023 goals. And like I said, I have a little other page here. Subscriber goal, books read, new studios. So that is just what I'm tracking and like filling it in. So 10 books read, 300 subscribers, 1 new studio so far. So I'll fill this out as I go, and then that way I can see if I'm hitting my 2023 goals. February reflection. Let's get into it. All right. I made this beautiful page titled February Reflection, where I went through my accomplishments, big events, what I'm most proud of, what was most challenging, and then what I want to start, stop, and continue. So I found this exercise online and I modified it a little bit to be what I wanted it to be for my February reflection. And then I'm going to amend this and change if I do like to do these reset routine videos, and just like change it and decide and see what I like to vibe with. So for my February reflection, what I accomplished, I did yoga 1 time per week, which I've always wanted to implement. For those that don't know, I am a yoga instructor, but I'm currently not practicing, or currently not teaching. I am practicing, but I want to commit to doing yoga 1 time per week. So that is something I accomplished. I also worked out 4 times per week since the start of this year, and in February specifically. That is something I'm super proud of. I posted this on my Instagram story yesterday, but usually when I travel, which I did for 2 weeks in February, I really have a hard time getting back into my routine, specifically working out when I get back, once I'm settled in. And I felt so proud, and I still feel proud because I did such a good job getting back into my workout routine. I've been using ClassPass, I've been trying different studios, I work out at home when I can. I've been doing movement that feels good for my body. Yesterday I did a spin class on the Peloton. I was just like ready and energized and really wanted to get it done. So that has been something I'm really proud of, and that is a huge accomplishment for me to do that, especially after I've been traveling. And then my third accomplishment is I traveled to 3 new countries. So like I said, this was after I wrote my goals when I traveled, but still it was a February accomplishment. So I traveled to Slovakia, Hungary, which I had never been to before, and Poland. So those are my 3 new countries. Krakow was my favorite. I will link that video here. It's a long one, about 40 minutes, but she's good. We loved it. Big events: Billy's birthday, Valentine's Day, and my birthday. February is a huge month for us. So Billy's birthday is the 8th of February. He just turned 33. Yes, we're 6 years apart. I just turned 27 on the 26th, which is 2 days ago. And then we had Valentine's Day, which was the 14th. So I was away in Europe and then in Boston for his birthday and Valentine's Day. We celebrated a little bit when I got home, and then we just celebrated my birthday this past weekend. So I went to yoga with a friend, and then Billy and I went out to dinner. What I'm most proud of. So I'm most proud of hitting 300 subscribers on YouTube. I started this YouTube channel in November of 2022, and I've been posting a new video every week. I think I skipped 1 week, but I've been pretty consistent with it. I used to upload my videos on Fridays, but I'm starting to upload my videos on Sundays just because I think that's when I'm more active on YouTube. That's when most of my subscribers are active and wanting to watch videos. So I am gonna change it to Sundays, but I was most proud of that. I already spoke about this, but getting back into a routine post-travel. And the other thing I'm most proud of is that I feel more confident in my body. I really struggle with my body image, but I have seen that I've been getting stronger, and I've been feeling a lot better and more confident in my clothes, in my skin, how I look, how I feel, and that's important to me. And I think that just has a lot to do with how I've been viewing exercise and how I've been viewing movement, and how it's helped me more mentally than physically, and that in turn helps me a ton with my body image and how I see myself as well, which is something that I've struggled with since I was like 14 years old. So it feels really good, and it always ebbs and flows. This is just something that I feel really proud of right now in this moment. I had to switch the camera angle a little bit because I could not sit on my heels for 1 more second. They were like killing me. Most challenging: finding time to meditate. I already talked about this. It's really challenging for me, even though it's like literally 10 minutes. It's so easy for me to implement. I have 10 minutes of my day. It's not like I don't, and I don't know why I don't do it. I always am like, oh, I'll just do something else. But I know it'll help me mentally, and I know it'll make me feel good. So starting in March, which I'll get to my March goals, but that is a cute one. A pipe burst in my parents' house. So if you watched my Krakow vlog, you would have seen the reason I had to end my trip early was to go home to Boston, which is where I'm from, visit my parents, because a pipe burst in our house. So that's been really challenging, supporting them, making sure that I'm there for them, and really just going through that with them has been really challenging. Seeing how they're dealing with it and all of that has been challenging for us. And then the start, stop, and continue. So if you've never done this exercise, it's basically, what do I want to start? What do I want to continue? And then what do I want to start? What do I want to stop? And what do I want to continue? So start, posting videos on Sundays instead of Fridays. I think this will work better for my schedule for editing purposes, for creating content, for creating videos, and then also for everyone that's subscribed, all of you, to be able to watch my videos on Sunday as opposed to Friday. And then meditating 10 minutes a day. We're just putting the kibosh on saying that we're not gonna do it, and we're gonna do it. Stop going to bed too early. I know this might sound weird, but sometimes weird that I want to stop going to bed too early. Not weird that I get in bed early. I'll get in bed at like 7:45 on like a Friday night. Like, I know I don't drink and I don't really go out, but like, come on. I just don't really like watching TV, and I like to read in bed. So like, I'll take a bath, I'll get in my bed. It's not that often that I get in bed that early, but then I wake up at like 4 a.m. ready to go. And like, Billy's like, what the hell? Like, I'm still sleeping, you know? So I want to try and be in bed by 9:30, asleep by 10:30, and up by 6:30. That is my goal, because no matter what, I'll wake up between 6 and 6:30, even if I went to bed at 2 a.m. So I do have to go to bed on the earlier side, but I don't want to keep getting in bed at like 8 p.m. and falling asleep early and then messing myself up for the next day. It's so good. I'm gonna pour this in a wine glass after this. I should have done. You know what? We're gonna pour it now. We're back. In the stop category as well, so going to bed too early. And then I rely on Billy for a lot of favors. I always am like in bed or in the middle of something else. And I think at work, we do this thing called Strengths Finder, Gallup Strengths Finder. One of my strengths is activator. So I just like to get things done. And I think if I can't do something in the moment, I will ask somebody else to do it. And that person is Billy. I'll be in bed. I'll be like, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you get me this? Can you make me tea? When I'm like fully capable of doing it myself. And I think like if it's every once in a while, that's fine. But I want to stop doing it when I can do it. Because I know he'll do it. He's like the sweetest, and I know he'll do it if I ask. But it's like, Sarah, no, don't be lazy. Like you can do your stuff yourself, you know? So that's one of my stops for March. Continue reading 20 minutes every morning. So I've been really into reading. I've always really liked reading after high school when I was allowed to pick the books that I wanted to read. So I've been reading for 20 minutes every morning, and it's just been like so peaceful. I used to journal and I used to read a meditation book, which I still will sometimes do, but I just like reading. It gets me out of my own head. It allows me to wake up slower. I'm not on my phone. It feels really good. So I want to continue doing that. And then the other thing I want to continue is saying yes to things I want to do. I feel like I've learned to say no to things, and I want to take that and instead say yes to the things I want to do. So yeah, I can say no to things I don't want to do. I feel like I'm pretty good about that. I have pretty good boundaries there. I like to protect my peace. But for things that I want to do, I want to start saying yes to instead of gravitating to being like, oh no, not really in the mood. Like for example, one of my friends is in town who is a coworker of mine, but he's in our Denver office, and he was like, hey, we're doing a happy hour Thursday. Like, I know you don't drink, but mocktail, whatever. And I was like, actually, yeah, like I'm in the mood to socialize. I want to go. So saying yes to things that I do want to do instead of gravitating towards being a homebody and like chilling at home. March goals. Who's ready for this one? This looks like rosé, and I love it because I got a non-alcoholic rosé. Also, for those who don't know, I don't drink alcohol. I haven't for almost 18 months. I'll link that video of why up here. But I got a non-alcoholic rosé, and it just kind of tastes like fruit juice. And like, if I'm gonna do that, then I'd rather just have a Culture Pop because it's a probiotic soda. It's delicious, has probiotics, all that good stuff for you, and it tastes good. So it looks like rosé too. Okay, my March goals. We have them here. They are broken down into 4 categories: personal goals, Sarah's faves goals, so Instagram, YouTube, everything like that, financial goals, wellness goals. My personal goals: read 4 books for March. Like I said, I think I read 5 or 6 for February, and I was traveling, I was reading more. I'm gonna be in Florida on the beach in March, so I think 4 books is totally doable. I've already started reading a book on my birthday, so I think that book I'll count as a March book because I'm only like 100 pages into it. It's like 400 pages. So that will be a March book, but I want to aim for 4 books in March. If you have any recommendations, comment them, send them my way. Meditate for 10 minutes a day. I'm not going to talk about this again, but it's a goal. We use the Calm app. We're doing it. Be present with loved ones. I think sometimes when I'm with my family, I'll just like hang out with them. It's casual. I'll be on my phone or be reading. And I want to be more intentional. I'm visiting my grandma in Florida. Our whole family is going to be together. So my parents, my sister, my brother-in-law, my nephew, my brother, his wife, me and Billy. So I want to take that time, that week that I'm there off work, to really be present with everyone and hang out and relax. Oh, and Hobie's coming too because we're driving. So that will be fun. Sarah's faves goals: post YouTube videos on Sunday. We touched on that already. 1 Instagram post per week. I was really going at it with the reels in like the fall, September, October, November, December. I've just not really been inspired creatively with reels. I wonder if that's because now I'm doing like long form YouTube and I've been really liking this platform. So it's like I can't diversify so much. It's really hard for me. My mental health is like no. So 1 Insta post per week I think is doable. Static, reel, whatever. I'm very active on my stories. I post almost every day on my stories. There's like not really many days that I don't. So like I said, if you're not already following me there, follow me there. I'll link that below as well. 1 new brand collaboration. So I actually talked to Culture Pop today about being a brand ambassador for them at events in Austin, but I would love to also be working with them from like a marketing social media lens as well, posting about them on my stories, all of that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna have that person connect me with their team there, and that could be an option, but I'm also gonna continue applying and reaching out and working with other brands as well. And then I want to plan my April vlogging schedule. I usually don't plan anything in advance, but I think I've already kind of planned it for March, and I think it makes me feel better when I have a plan of what videos I'm going to do, and then that way when I'm in the mood I can just like pick up my camera and do it. And so that is another goal I have for Sarah's Faves. Financial goals: put aside $5,000 for taxes in YNAB. So I already started kind of filing my taxes and I might owe a lot. So we're gonna start putting money aside for that now so that it doesn't bite us in the butt when we get to that point. And then in my YNAB, which for those that don't know is You Need a Budget, it's the budgeting software that I use, I have this extra spending category that I just kind of like throw random things in, and I want to split that up into new categories based on what I put in there. So that's my other financial goal. Wellness goals: wake up at 6:30 every day. I don't usually have a problem with this, but I've been doing it consistently since I got home from Europe, and I really want to keep that up. Move my body 5 times per week. 4 times a week is really the goal, but I've seen that I've been doing 5 times. So I think for March, I really want to keep that in there. And that 5th time, or even that 4th and 5th, can just like a light walk, 10-minute Pilates, like something really manageable and doable. Same with the meditation, it's all doable if you carve out the time for it. Strength train 2 times per week. I usually go to one of my favorite gyms in Austin. It's called Athletic Outcomes, and that's where I do my strength training. So 2 times a week I think is also really doable there, and I'll just book that through ClassPass as well. I'll have my referral link for ClassPass linked below too. And then try 1 new workout studio. So that's with my yearly goals, but just making sure that I remember that for March. And that is all for my goals in here. And then we'll just do current favorites next. And then that's it. Okay, current favorites. I'm totally copying this from Brianna. I watched her video today. I was like, what does she do for her current favorites? Because I have current favorites, but like I want to look at hers and see what she does. So I am going to do 5 current favorites. The first is my favorite meal. My favorite meal, if you follow me on Instagram, was in Krakow at a Michelin star restaurant called Farina. The ravioli, lamb ragu ravioli, was so good. That was my favorite meal. I can't even talk about it because I'm gonna be upset. It's so good. Book, Local Woman Missing. It was like a thriller, a murder mystery, a child gone missing. I loved it. It was really good, and I didn't expect the twist. I think I rated it like 4.5 stars on Goodreads. You can't do half stars on Goodreads. I think I did 4, but I would say 4.5. It was really good, and I loved it. Podcast, RealPod, Victoria Brown, also Victoria Garrick, formerly known. She just got married. But I loved her recent podcast that was called I don't want to call it an identity crisis, my next chapter. And it was all about her growing and evolving as a content creator and why people like originally followed her for mental health struggles as a college athlete and then body image struggles, and now she's kind of transforming and growing, as we all do when we age, into doing like more fashion and sharing about her friends. And I just really related to it because I feel like I don't post as much about yoga or my body image because I feel at a really good place with those things, and I'm starting to post more like lifestyle, wellness, not drinking, food content, and it just feels a little bit different than when I started my Instagram as. Favorite color is like a sage green. As you can see, I don't know if you'd call this sage. My journal, I just like love this earthy green color. That is my color of February. It might be my color of the year, but for now it is our current favorite. And then my favorite skin product, kind of skin, well, let's do skin and makeup. Skin product is the Resurrection Polypeptide Cream from Cocoa Kind. It is their like thick overnight cream. It's amazing. I love it. I'll link that below. And then my favorite makeup is the Merit Mascara. I have it on today actually. And it just looks so good. And it comes off so easily. Like, I don't like mascara because it's so annoying to come off. And this comes off flawlessly. So those are my favorites. This is the March reset routine, February reflection, March goals, current faves. And I'm so happy you're here. And if you stuck around for this long, thank you for watching. If you are not already subscribed, please make sure to do so. I post a new video now every Sunday, not every Friday, Sunday at 11 a.m. So, or 10 a.m., I'm not sure yet. Stay tuned for the upload. This video is going to go live early. And then my next video that you'll see will be a pack and prep with me for our road trip to Florida. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you're not already, like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys, love you. It was the first time I said love you after 22 videos. My 300, love you.